Howdy y'all, Bodacious Ginger here. How are my beautiful ones? Hi. I am joined today by the lovely AJ Heinen.
Hola.
She is helping me with a very important project. Now, I think I had a video about this earlier. If not, then that just means I forgot to post it. Forgive me, I'm human. Also, in other news, I now have a Twitter account, so I have Bodacious Ginger. So, go, follow me. Do your jobs and be my subscribers.
Yeah.
I love all of you. Okay, but today is actually a very important project for our science and race class. And we're going to ask some questions. We're going to answer them, and we're going to give you guys options of not answering them, of course, if you don't feel comfortable. But there is one loophole about answering them. If you answer in the comments, we will be publishing them in a paper or a presentation for the most part.
Not like publicly, but within like the class.
Within the class, yes. Obviously, if they're in comments, they're public. Unless there's a way to make them private. I don't know that. I'm not very techie, believe it or not. So keep that in mind. Also, if you email them to me at bodaciousginger@gmail.com, it'll get to me. It will be anonymous. You don't have to tell me your name. You don't have to tell me anything except for that. I will have your email address.
Amen.
And if you choose to email it to me because you don't want to comment your answers, but you still want it public, you can totally tell me that because it is literally going to be told to 30 people.
I'm sure there's a way to make it so that your email address doesn't actually show up on like the return center.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to do that, so I can't help you with that.
Yeah. If you know how to do that, post it in the comments. Be like, hey, you guys, this is anonymous. This is how you make it anonymous, and that way you can still participate. These are not meant to be offensive questions. These are meant to help with a project that we actually do have due in a very short amount of time because procrastination.
It is for research. It is not to pick you apart and or degrade you. So she's going to play the part of the interviewer, and I'm going to play the part of the subject.
Yes.
And I'm also Pebbles because it's Halloween.
It is Halloween today,
So
and this will be posted.
happy Halloween! Oh! Okay.
Okay. Hi, Pebbles.
Hello, Bodacious Ginger.
Yay. Your name is Pebbles. Are we gonna stick to?
My name is Pebbles. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know about like caveman stuff, so maybe we should just do me.
Okay. AJ. We know your name. You agreed to do this, so you're public no matter what.
Yes.
This will also be put on our presentation for jokes. Your age.
I'm 19.
Yay!
Woo!
You little baby. What is your country of origin? If it is different from where you live now, then tell us.
Okay, so well, I was born in the United States, but most of my family was not. If I go back far enough, on my mother's side, we originated from Scotland, and we have a Scottish last name, Wyatt. Well, my mother did. That's her maiden name. And then ended up in Indonesia. And then my grandfather left Indonesia and married a Dutch woman, and that's where my mother was born. And on my dad's side, they're Swedish and German, and I don't know the detailed story on that. So I'm from all over the world.
Yay! Hi, this is 47? I don't know.
Heinz 57.
Heinz 57.
I'm a Heinz 57. Okay.
Are you also from the U.S.? You live in the USA?
I've never lived outside of Washington.
You've never lived outside of Washington?
I've lived in Washington my whole life.
That is amazing.
Yeah. Never. I've moved, but only within Washington.
That's amazing. And you're from Republican Washington.
No, it's just Republic.
Ah!
It's just Republic. It's not Republican. The neighboring town is not Democrat.
I tried. What is your race, or what race do you identify as?
I have to identify as Caucasian because there's not like a Dutch-Scottish blend or whatever, not like a European heritage thing. I consider myself more European because I have so much European heritage. But I do identify I check the box Caucasian because that's basically the only choice I have.
I know, it's silly.
Where's the justice in the world?
How has your race affected how you've been treated on social media?
I'm just a white girl. Also, since I had blonde hair, my hair was blonde at one point, I was labeled as just like standard white girl. Like, I'm an airhead because I'm blonde, and I probably talk like this, but I don't. I don't talk like
You
that
really don't.
at all. So I mean, there's a lot of stereotypes with the way I look, because I'm just people. You wouldn't know that I have any heritage from outside of the United States. So I can understand confusion, but at the same time, I would rather not people think that I'm just like a white girl. So
I like that. We're a little bit out of order on the questions, and the questions are right behind my phone.
Yeah.
Hence why I'm looking.
The questions will also be in the description.
Yes, the questions will be in the description, so don't worry about
You
forgetting
have to
what
like,
we're
oh
asking.
shit, I missed the question.
Don't worry.
okay.
You're gonna live. It's gonna be fine. Plus, there's a lot of talking.
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
La 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 la.
What race are you told?
Well, you already did that with the Caucasian.
Oh yeah, I already did
So
that.
I kind of skipped over that one.
Um,
There will be another question added
yeah.
if I'm doing this a little bit out of order because I know her so well.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're friends. I like my friends. Do you speak any other languages? If so, which one? And how has it affected your interactions with social media?
I'm not fluent in another language, but I do know some Dutch words, and I do refer to like Dutch foods a lot, and like Indonesian foods, and like in Dutch Indo fusion foods. So I know like a lot of like names of foods, and
As is
like
necessary.
like I can say like I'm gonna have gadu gadu for dinner, and everyone's like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, it's the best thing ever. It's a salad, basically, with like
I need
cabbage
to
and
know
stuff.
what this
It's-
is.
It's delicious. But just other than that, like other than me like randomly spouting off different languages of foods, no, I don't really know another language.
Awesome. Okay. Did you experience different cultures growing up?
Yes, I did. My Opa, grandfather, would, when him and my Oma would come over, we'd always have like a kind of a smorgasbord
love
of
that
like
word.
all of the delicious authentic foods that we had. And we celebrate Dutch holidays like Santa Claus Day, which is kind of like Christmas, but it's not. I'm not really sure how it works. Like, I'm pretty sure the Dutch don't know how it works either, because they still celebrate Christmas, but they also have Santa Claus Day, which is kind of the same thing, only you put your shoe out instead of your stocking on a chimney, and you get chocolate coins and a chocolate letter like your name. Like,
What?
I get a chocolate A,
Oh, that's cool.
and it's like the 9th of December, I think, or something.
Oh, that's really
So
cool.
it's like you get a little bit of Christmas before Christmas. So like, and I think it's just in celebration of Saint Nicholas, the actual Saint Nicholas,
Yes.
and then Christmas it's just Christmas.
Yeah, 'cause
Um,
that's where St. Nicholas came from, was the Dutch part of the world. That-
He was European, yeah.
He was
He
European.
was a European hierarchy or something. Like, he was a bishop in a church, and he threw gold bars through a window for people to have their dowries. But that's a long story. Anyways, that's totally sidetracking.
She'll be back in a
I
video.
will. I'll
And we
tell you
will
all
have
of
this
my Dutch
story
stories.
because I need these stories in my life.
But yeah, no, I also, like, we had pictures of, my grandparents who were from Sweden, and, like, on their, like, little farm, and, like, we have, like, little Dutch decorations around my house, like, my mom used Dutch terms, yeah, it was a very integrated growing up. We had a lot of like Asian foods. It's one of I think my Opa's Oma was like full on Chinese. So, yeah,
Awesome.
lots of cultural influence at home.
Awesome. We have one final question
Oh,
because they've all kind of integrated within another. So, I mean, if you notice that you've answered a question prior, don't worry about answering that question again because we're smart. I'm giving her my password to these emails. That way she can look. I'm very afraid to do this. Final question. What is your sexual identity? And is it affected by your race? Does it affect how you view your race? And how has social media viewed you?
I like to identify as pansexual, and for those of you who don't really know what that means, it does not mean that I'm attracted to everything and I want to have sex with everything. It means that I don't look at the person's outermost. Like, beauty is important to me, but the the most important thing to me is like the essence of the person and who the person is. Like I fall in love with who a person is, not how they look or stuff like that. Like that's what I'm attracted to. That's what I find more attractive. So I'm pansexual. I mean, that could be like just kind of like another mark against me, like because I've also been labeled as a hippie, especially like when I had long blonde hair. I was like, ooh, everyone's just like, oh yeah, you're definitely a hippie because you have long blonde hair. And so it's like, oh, you're pansexual, you're so deep, and that's not really true. That's just how I see myself, like, and so like I think that a lot of like social media, they don't really, there's a lot of like movements in social media recently for like human rights, gay rights, all this stuff, and I think a lot of people get only like bits of information and they don't really put together like what things actually are. I mean, they just kind of piece together pieces of me and put a label on me, and that doesn't mean that the label is right. The label usually isn't right, and it's just to me there's so much more to a person than their race or their sexuality. Like going back to Dr. Seuss, a person's a person no matter how small. Like a person is a person, and it's like why I don't understand all these arbitrary labels we put on people. And I don't like being labeled. I don't like being called a hippie or being called like, or thinking like, oh, you're pansexual. Oh yeah, you think you're so deep, don't you? You just like, you're attracted to the essence of a person. Like you're so much better than us. That's not true at all. And I think that a lot of social media it can be dangerous and it can be helpful. It can spread the word, but whether or not it spreads the word like quoted, that's something that you can argue with. Especially, it's kind of like a game of telephone. Pieces of it get lost as it goes along, and the main point becomes kind of mute. So, I mean, I personally really haven't been super affected by social media, but I do feel like social media is a great way for people to put labels on other people. Especially like with profiles, because you fill out your profile and you fill out your information. Like they ask you what your sexuality is, they ask you what your religion is, and people can like look at a profile of a person like, oh, I know this person, when you really don't know that person at all. You just know these things about that person. And I think social media is dangerous in that way, because you can just look at a person's profile and think, oh, I think I know everything about this, I need to know about this person, and you really don't. Like, knowing a person is not the same as seeing truths about a person. And the person might interpret things differently than how you do. Like, I mean, other people who identify as pansexual might have a different definition than I do, but what pansexual means to me is that I'm attracted to the essence of a person. And and a lot of that comes from social media, and there's just like, it's interesting to me because there's like with memes, there's certain memes and there's certain names for each meme, and like the people who are actually in the memes are completely different than what the actual meme is. Like Over Obsessive Girlfriend is like really pretty and not like,
and she's really funny,
and she's really hilarious, like,
and super talented.
Yeah.
On a completely opposite note, she's so talented. I'm so jealous.
But that's one thing. Like, I think with a lot of people, like, your sexuality and your race can be like two marks against you. Like, I mean, like if you lived in the 30s, if you were black and if you were gay, like, whoa, like, and I mean, like if you lived like during the Holocaust, like you're a Jew, maybe you're a black Jew or you're a homosexual black Jew, then like that's like bottom of the totem pole. Like whereas like, oh, you're just black, or oh, you're just a Jew, or oh, you're just a homosexual, and those are three separate categories. But when you have all three against you, it's like oh my god. When I don't think that should really be a big deal. Like I don't know, I don't think it should, you're like where you're from and who you are should be a mark against you in society's eyes. So That was a really long-winded answer.
That was a
to that
long-winded
question, and I like went all over with that.
But it came back to what the whole point of this project
Yes.
is, which is how social media affects science and
Yes.
race. Primarily race because it is a science and race class, and
Yeah.
we're definitely more concentrated on the race part.
Yeah.
The reason I did not ask the religion question, which she mentioned, and I realized that I didn't ask it, I did have a reason for not asking it. Because I myself don't understand religion. And I don't know how to put that information into a presentation or into a paper.
Like, right, how it would affect you.
Yeah, I don't know how to put that information in because I'm not religious.
But I mean, if you want to put your religion in there, that'd be cool.
Totally, she'll
That'd
help
be
me.
int- I will.
We're writing this paper together. We're doing this presentation
Yes.
together. We are partners in crime for this.
I got you.
Yeah.
Religious people.
Yeah, she's my religious help. We're gonna let people take
I
that
will
as a
lead
well.
you to the light, Brie.
I thought you led me to darkness. Oh, okay. But also Halloween. Loving
Woo, have
Halloween.
Fun. Go trick or treat.
One more thing. I have one more thing.
Don't die on the street.
I never actually have said what school we go to, and I'm not going to say it. I'm going to give a hint, and I actually got a great hint. Mid speech and mid interview, I'm like, oh my god, that's the best hint ever. Miranda Lambert went in here, the one who sings Secrets. She went in here. Have fun. Once again, if you know who it is, post it in the comments. If you know me and you've been told directly by me, please don't post. But if you have figured it out by the hints I've given you,
You might get a prize.
I don't know what the prize is. We'll think of
Yeah,
something.
maybe it'll just be like my pebbles bone.
That might-
You might win this beautiful paper bone that I made with my hands. These hands right
Yes.
here.
I was joined by another bodacious ginger. She is a dyed ginger, but we will accept her into our midst for the day. You've already said you were blonde.
All right. My hair did start to turn red, though. I do have red in my hair. My grandmother had auburn hair.
You do have red in your hair. Okay, so we're gonna go now. Bye, guys. Answer the questions. They will be in the
Au
description.
revoir.
I love you all.
I put myself out there. Put yourself out there.
Also, in case you're interested, I'm demisexual. Yay. Urban Dictionary, guys. Go. Love you all. Bye.
Bye.